just walking back from just being up in Clipston Old Quarter there, and I found this. This is honeysuckle. I didn't realise earlier in the year that this honeysuckle was here. But if I had come earlier in the year, I would have seen what made the small holes in these leaves. This is the work of the larva of the broad-bordered Bee Hawk-moth. And there are several areas on this honeysuckle. It's growing along this hedge. And there are several examples similar to this of larval feeding. This is a good distance away from other areas of Clipston Old Quarter where the moth was found in May and June. This marks another site for it here. It's absolutely perfect for it, and I'll show you why. This is the southwestern edge of Clipston Old Quarter. Not too many years ago, the left-hand side of this track, on the other side of the fence line, was pine forest, pine plantation, intermixed obviously with deciduous trees, and the pines were taken out, and so the deciduous trees, you know, the oak and the birch, there's even a bit of ash here, which is obviously coming from this hedgerow, and they're all growing back. But the conditions here are absolutely perfect, I realise now, for broad-bordered Bee Hawk-moth. They're like woodland edge, they're like wide rides, and conditions now at Clipston Old Quarter now seem to be perfect for it. They obviously never were. I mean, Dillis and myself have covered this area for donkey's years. Now obviously the removal of the pines has opened the place up, and it's created lighter rides. There's no great amount of honeysuckle here actually. There's this plant which is on your right hand side, which are the oval green leaves that you can see in the hedgerow. This is the only bit on this stretch, so it would have been well used by female broad-bordered bee hawks in May and June. The only other examples of honeysuckle here are up near the Black Pool, and then further on the Susterns on Clipston Old Quarter. So you don't need masses of honeysuckle to go looking for broad-bordered Bee Hawk-moth, and indeed you're probably better off looking at sites where the honeysuckle is less. These are the characteristic feeding signs of the broad-bordered Bee Hawk-moth. Nothing else does this. You may get the odd hole late on in the year in a leaf, but holes such as this, either side of the midrib, are only made by one thing, and that is the young larva of broad-bordered Bee Hawk-moth. There's some more up. Amazingly distinctive, a series of small holes, just round holes largely, either side of the midrib. with a bit of, look, there might even be some remnants of the eggshell. And then as the caterpillar gets larger, it makes typical feeding signs where it takes larger chunks out of the leaf, as on that leaf there, that one. So at the end of November, been quite easily able to add another site for broad-bordered Bee Hawk-moth, and there would certainly have been maybe a dozen caterpillars on here. But these smaller holes that I've just showed you, and the likes of these, are always made by the younger larva, and this would have been the first or second instar larva that made these, and the egg wouldn't have been too far away. And they do prefer to lay on stems that are woody like this. They don't usually lay on the new spindly growth because that usually hasn't formed. So even now, and as I stand here looking at this, I can see some more feeding signs. This was certainly well used, incredibly well used, and I missed it.